So we installed the new Shark Bite hot water heater hoses, and I came up and I'm looking at the hot water one that we put on there, and I can see that there's a couple little drips. Great. That is not encouraging. So I'm getting this drip here. That is not a good sign. All right, so anyway, we've got to take this thing off that we just put on. So I got to get the channel locks on there and loosen it up and get her off there, and then we can see what we got to do. So here's my problem. See that? See how it's cracked? Both over here and here. So it doesn't get nice and even on that washer in there. It like locks it out, keeps it from overflowing. So I'm getting those little drips. So the question is, does this come out of there and can I buy a new one and put it in? I don't think so. I think I might end up having to get a whole new hot water heater, which didn't plan on that. Thanks, Shark Bite. Son of a bitch. So anyway, we grabbed the hacksaw and we thought, well, we'll try to get it nice and even. We'll saw some of that first area layer on the top off and try to get it so that it will lay flat against the washer that's inside the female end of the Shark Bite hose.
See, the whole top rim of that is breaking off. Need a file. See back here?
Yeah. Do we have a file?
I don't know. Do you? But there's an internal guide in there. There's a sleeve in here. But we also need to put some paper towel in there so that doesn't get out.
There you go. Can you see good? I think this is going to do it. Oh, so close. All right, so we did get the big chunks off, and all we need to do now is get a file on it and try to get it as even as possible so it will seat up against that washer and keep it from leaking. So anyway, I'm going to put some paper towel in there to keep the shavings from falling into the hot water heater. So I'm going to just plug it up with this paper towel. And then we're going to get the file on it and just kind of file it down so that it's as flat and as parallel as possible, because we have to have a good seat against that rubber washer inside of that female end of the Shark Bite hot water hose. And once you get it nice and smooth, you got to pull that, don't forget to pull that paper out of there, because you don't want that thing getting sucked down into your hot water heater. So we're going to wrap this hard with plumber's tape. And plumber's tape is basically, it's made out of, what is it called? What is the...
It's a baby sheepskin.
Okay.
Innards. It's a baby sheep intestine. It's very, very thin.
So he's put like about 17 to 3,900 wraps. Not fooling around here.
We still want the threads to grab, but we don't want to.
Okay, so here.
All right, put it on.
All right. Can you see good? And it seems to be going on. Oh, if this works, I'm going to be so happy, because I do not want to have to buy a new hot water heater and haul it up here. All right, so let's get the channels. Let's get the channels on it.
Since we got rid of the tip, it should compress more with the washer too. All right, crank it up a little bit.
So I got to go clockwise. How tight should I go?
Just go snug initially, and then we'll go a little bit beyond that.
snug.
So you get a lot of resistance.
All right, I'm getting a lot of resistance. I want you to feel it and tell me. Because I don't know. I'll just keep going and cranking it until it breaks.
Yeah, I mean that's
Because this is not your first rodeo.
carry the washer. That's good there.
You think that's going to work? We forgot to put this collar on.
That's as tight as we want it.
Does that matter?
No, that just stops from going. If it's going to drip, it's going to drip.
Yeah.
Matter.
All right, so we don't really need this. This is something we don't
That
need.
just shows hot and cold,
Oh, so that.
basically.
All right, so we know that's cold. We don't need the hot.
Here, keep it up there for when you replace this tank tomorrow.
Okay. All right, so Quinn, do you want to turn the water on? Yeah. And I'll tell you how leaking it is. And then we'll go to Home Depot and buy a new hot water heater. Cross your fingers, folks. Please work. Please work. So far, I'm not getting any leaks. Let's look under here. Nothing. Let's look here. We're watching. I watched before and nothing happened. But
Give a little tug on that relief valve up top.
what do you mean?
Pull it one time, have a little bit of pressure off of there. So you feel pressure on water.
I have water squirted out.
There's no air coming out.
All right, I'm not seeing anything yet.
Got that dry paper towel up there?
Yeah, I got the towel.
The dry paper towel?
Not paper towel, just a towel. So I'm just going to wrap this around here. And then we'll see if we get any water coming through. There was some water still in there, I guess. Not feeling anything here. Feel the heat coming through it. So we'll see. After cranking that sucker down, it looks like we may be okay. We may not have to replace this thing. Oh my God. If I do, I'm calling up that frickin' shark bite company and telling them to send me the money for it. That's for sure. After cranking that sucker down, it looks like we may be okay. We may not have to replace this thing. Oh my God. If I do, I'm calling up that frickin' shark bite company and telling them to send me the money for it. That's for sure. So as you can see, this was a total failure. Look at that. Total failure. Gross. Shit, brushing your teeth.
That's really gross.
Hey, how'd you like brushing your teeth with that kind of water coming out of there?
I can't believe that.
Yep.
Well, that's the hot water. But even still, this one is the cold water one?
And that's the cold water,
That
yeah.
is disgusting.
So even our cold water we had, you know, and so
Ew.
that's why I filter my water through a Brit. Isn't that gross? All right, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and check out my other awesome videos. Peace out.